What's up, guys? It's your boy Kazaris, and I am here with my Dark World deck profile. A couple issues with the deck. The deck is overall very consistent. It just loses to everything that Tier loses to. Loses to all the Graveyard Shufflers, Mudora, and Keldo that Tier plays and other decks are playing. Loses to all 9 of the Bystials if they banish your Grapha or banish your Beige, or just banish your way to recoup resources. And it can also lose to itself if it just doesn't draw enough extenders or any way to open a discard. But overall, I think I'm still going to give it a try, give it a whirl. It can do some crazy M boards. The new boss monster is crazy. So let's get right into it. So 3 Brow, 3 Grapha. Some people are playing less than this. They're playing like 1 or 2. Maybe that's correct. Maybe you can cut 1 or 2 of these and add some more dangers. But overall, you just like want to see it. And especially if they discard or if they banish your 1 Grapha from the grave. With the Bystial, you want to be able to have more. So I think with the Bystials being popular, you definitely want to be playing more of this. 3 Snow, just consistency. 1 Silva. This is like your part of your end board, and it's also an extender. So you discard this. You turn one of your opponent's effects into discard Silva, and then they loop themselves for 2 more. So this gets rid of 3 cards from their opponent, and then just like you have a few other interruptions to stop their last 3 cards. 3 Rainbow. This card is really great with Grapha. You'll bounce any Dark World that isn't Grapha or itself on the field to hand to summon itself from the graveyard, and then you'll bounce this to the hand to summon Grapha from the grave. So you just get a +2 for absolutely nothing. 3 Genta. This is the best card of the new set. It's new stuff. Like you have like crazy bosses and stuff, but this is like the best consistency card. You discard it to add the Gates of Dark World, and then if it's banished by, say, the Gates of Dark World, you special summon it. Really easy rank 4 plays to make Dugaris for extra discard and digging further, or Evil Swarm Nightmare or Abyss Dweller. Really great card. And then 1 Beige, just because it's like similar to Silva, it's an extender, but it also makes easy rank 4 access. 3 of the Field Spell. 2 Dark World Accession. I was playing 3, and then I cut it to 2, just because it's easily searchable to Snow. And if you draw this with like but no access to Grapha, it's just kind of a brick. You can maybe play Foolish Burial Goods, because this can discard a Dark World to add itself to hand and trigger stuff that way, to just kind of get the ball rolling. But then you can't have it as part of your end board as easily, because typically you want to fuse with it first and then discard to add it back and then set it to then fuse on the opponent's turn if they're able to get rid of your Grapha before you're able to trigger the effect or something like that. And then 1 Dark World Library. This is just a searchable way to keep extending. The only issue is you need to have a Dark World on the field, so it's not a good starting play. You can't just like slap this down, discard a Dark World and draw 2. It's kind of better after you already like resolved Genta or something, or gotten Beige or Silva on the field. Then you can do it. So it's a good extender. Digs further into the deck. It's like another copy of Dugaris, kind of. 3 Salamander Catalyzer. This is a TCG exclusive. I found this when I was going through my Darkwing Blast bulk. So you can reveal this card and 1 Fiend in your hand, special summon 1 of them, and discard the other. Typically, you'll be special summoning itself and then triggering whatever Dark World you discard. And this is an easy way to get to a rank 4 as well. So you like summon this, discard Beige, rank 4 there, or summon this, discard Snow, grab Genta, rank 4 there as well. A really cool card. Or you can, if you just need a way to get another level 8 on the field, you can like reveal this in Rainbow, discard itself, and summon the Rainbow, and then make an easy rank 8 that way. So really cool card. It's just like a specific danger. It's a danger, but you just choose what you're discarding. So I think this is definitely a 3 of. I ended up cutting a few dangers to include this. 2 Bigfoot. It's just a rank 8. It's not the best going first, but it's great going second. But like the consistency dangers, 3 Nessie, 3 Mothman, 1 Jackalope, 1 Such. Mothman can trigger the tiers, but if they're just like drawing 1 and discarding a tier, then they're like kind of losing advantage because they have to shovel back from hand. So it's not the worst. They get a kit, they trigger kit. Maybe they can make like Roll Kalos or Kaleido on your turn, which isn't the greatest, but like you have ways to out it. Like you can like discard Bigfoot, then pop the Roll Kalos, or you can go, or even if you set up like Grapha before you resolve Mothman, then you can negate their graveyard effect and then discard Silva and trigger Silva on your turn. So Mothman can even be beneficial for you in those circumstances sometimes. But it's just an easy way to get access to rank 4, so definitely need to play it. 1 Jackalope, 1 Tsuchinoko, and then 1 Allure. This can trigger Genta by banishing that, but it's just overall, if you have like multiple Rainbow or multiple Grapha, It's just an easy way to dig further into the deck. Maybe this could be Upstart Goblin, I'm not sure. And then 3 cards I'm unsure of. Drag Down into the Grave. This does give you great knowledge of the opponent's hand. You just won't know the last card they draw. And you're able to rip the best card out of their hand, which is great. And you always set it up so that no matter what your opponent picks from your hand, you'll trigger an effect, most likely, unless they discard Grapha. Even then, you're setting up more advantage later because you can summon it back from the grave. So Drag Down is always going to be beneficial for you, or you're going to try to always make it beneficial. So maybe I feel like this is correct, but maybe this is changeable as well. The deck list is not perfect by any means. It's still preliminary. I'm still testing, but this does produce some solid end boards. 3 fusion, just for the grind game, because when this leaves the field by an opponent's card, you get to special summon a Grapha that is banished or in your graveyard, and then you can resolve another Accession and just keep grinding. This card's great. Titanic Galaxy Zombie Stein. This card's really good. It stops Dark Ruler. You can, if they activate Dark Ruler, you can chain Accession to fusion summon on the opponent's turn, and then chain Zombie Stein to target the Dark Ruler, just like Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, and negate it that way. 1 Dingirsu is a great rank 8 for going second. Protection. Overall, just great card. 1 Dugaris, a Timeless, just to keep playing. 1 Evil Swarm Nightmare. You might not need this. Maybe you could play Zeus instead, in all honesty, because Dweller is typically going to be part of the end board. 1 Saryuja Skull Dread, just dig further into your deck. You can put back Silva to then search it again with Rainbow. Really good card overall. Appaloosa, Access Code, Unicorn, a Dark, and an IP Masquerena. Dark is just to continue climbing into Unicorn, into Access Code. If you don't have enough material, your end board is typically Grapha, the fusion plus IP into Unicorn, which is pretty solid because this is getting rid of with Silva in hand usually, almost always. So you're looping 3 with this card, discarding Silva, and then you're shuffling 1 with Unicorn. So that's typically enough, or at least enough to get back to your turn, and then you just keep popping off of the dangers on your turn again. So this is a list, not perfect, but it does produce some cool end boards. So let's jump into solo mode. I'll show you what it can do. Alright, so this hand is pretty dang good. It's a little weird. We already have the field spell, so we can discard, add a field spell. We can activate a field spell. Here, I think, unfortunately, we need to just go for a danger to try and get to a Dark World monster. So we're discarding a Session. That's not the worst. We're going to special this. We're going to draw a card. And that's the best card we could draw. So we're going to banish Genta, discard Snow, draw a card, trigger Genta, special summon it, trigger Snow. We're going to add, in this case, another Snow, just because we already have another field spell. So we're going to activate field spell. Same thing, dig further into our deck, banish Snow, discard Snow, draw a card, trigger Snow. We're going to add Rainbow this time. We're going to activate Dark World Library. We're going to discard a Rainbow. I'm going to draw 2 cards, trigger Rainbow. We're going to add Grapha to hand. And now we're going to discard the Grapha to add the Session to our hand. We're going to bounce the Genta, special Rainbow. I'm going to bounce the Rainbow, special Grapha. And now we're going to activate the Accession, banish the Grapha, discard the Brow, special the Fusion Grapha, Overlord, trigger Brow to draw a card. And now we're going to start endangering here. We're going to go Bigfoot, declare, discard Genta, special Bigfoot, draw a card. Ooh, we drew Salamander Catalyzer. That's pretty good. So we're going to special this by discarding Rainbow. We're going to trigger grab Silva. We're going to go Mothman, try and get a rank 4 in the field. 5/6 reroll. Ooh, discard itself. So here our opponent can trigger an effect potentially, but we do have Silva plus this card, or we have the Fusion plus Silva in hand. So if they do that, we can change it to we discard Silva, and then they loot themselves for 2 more cards. So we're going to draw 1 and discard 1, correct? I'm going to discard Rainbow, grab Grapha, So typically whatever they're discarding, they do not want to trigger. Otherwise, we get them pretty good. We're going to Bigfoot again. Actually, you know what? I haven't normal summoned yet. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to overlay for Dugaris. Detach, draw 2, discard 1. Discard this. I'm going to go Allure here. And banish my Bigfoot. Get to set a session. Actually, I don't want to Nessie yet either. Because if I Nessie and hit Silva, I don't get as much value. So here, let's go IP. Now we can declare Nessie. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So Nessie hit itself, that's fine. We'll grab Jackalope. Same thing, Jackalope effect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Hit Grapha, special Jackalope, draw a card. Catalyzer, we can special this, discard Silva. Silva effect special itself. Silva to hand. Rainbow to hand. Special Grapha. Now this can go for Apple for 3. We can overlay this here for Zombie Stein. Yeah. Now this end board is 3 negates on Apo. A negate and a loop 2 with the fusion and Silva, and then a negate with Zombie Stein. And then if they have a way to out the fusion, we have another way to fuse as well. We banish the Grapha from the graveyard. Actually, Grapha's under Zombie, so we have to negate with Zombie first, and then we'll have a way to make another fusion. Banish the Grapha from the graveyard, or if this leaves a field, we'll just special one of the Grapha that was already banished, so we can do it that way too. Banish a Grapha and a Dark Monster. Banish a Genta, that would special summon itself. Make another one of these. So yeah, that's the deck. Pretty simple. You're aiming for a similar end board. If you have more extenders, you can maybe get to Dweller as well, or Saryuja first to draw some more cards, etc. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Again, the issues are all the Bestials and all of the Grave Shufflers are going to hurt this deck just as much as they hurt Tier. So deck's in a struggle, but I'm going to give it a shot anyway. I hope you guys do too. The deck seems really cool. Really easy stuff to acquire with the structure deck and stuff like that. So catch you all in the next one. Enjoy your coffees. Enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.